So if you notice on this filly, she wants to leave her nose out. She doesn't really just have a natural arch, doesn't want to give that pressure that way. That's okay. I'll work on that. If I was to make this filly break at the pole really easily, or break at the pole, and have an easy break there, and what I'm talking about is getting real nice flexion up, I would say up in this area. If I did that, I would probably end up obstructing this filly's airway, and it would be hard for her to breathe. I'm just looking at the way that her neck is made. You know, she wants to come up high. That's what she likes to do. So what I've got to do is I've got to come back about a foot on her neck, start to get that bend there, and see if we can, which I know I can, see if we can pull it on over and get a nice flexion right in that area. We're going to try to get that break more up in this area, or that bend, that flexion. That's where we're going to want it. We don't really want the flexion right there like that, because that's when you're going to run into trouble. You need a little bit here, a little bit more here, and you even need a little bit of a drop right there, okay? So in this video, what you're going to be seeing is a horse that's learning how to do that. She's still in that stage, you know. This horse training stuff doesn't happen quickly, and if it does, then it usually doesn't last very long. So we've got her set up to where she's starting to roll her neck. She's starting to do it, but here's what happened. When she started to roll her neck, well, she started getting a little bit of a front end at the same time. Was that because she started to roll her neck? Probably, because what she's doing is she's rounding up, and you're starting to see the true nature of this horse come around, and she's trying to get a little bit of a front end. She's trying to have a little snap. I didn't do anything to her. I didn't do anything different than what I've done with all the rest of the horses, but her natural talent is starting to show up. So what happened was it made her a little bit square, which is a good thing. That's not bad, because when you set a horse's head and you really cram them back and make them you'll actually make them pacey. But if you're doing it what I think is the right way, they should square up. They should actually get a little bit square. And then when we go in the ring, it's small. And by the time she really starts to loosen up a little bit and not be so square, we hit a curve. And if you've done your curves right, they'll also make them square. So the best way to ride this filly, if I had her another month or two, I would be riding her on more straight stretches, and I wouldn't be using the ring. But we're gonna do the video in the ring. We may do one on the straight stretch. I don't know if we can really get a good place to do that, but we're definitely going to do the ring. You can see what she looks like now. You should be able to see the flexion. You should be able to see her starting to move differently. And like I said, she's getting a little bit too square, but actually that's exactly what you want. So I'm just gonna show you guys, I don't just gate, okay? I do a little bit of everything, but you're really just watching the gated portion of the videos, because I do feel like that's, if you're buying a gated horse or looking at gated horses or wanting to train a gated horse, whatever it is with gated horses, it should gate, and it should gate right. You know, the mindset and everything else, personality, that'll just have to match the owner. But this horse shouldn't, as soon as I get on, just bolt out from underneath me and take off, or just want to go. She's actually flexing right now is what she's doing. This is her routine. So if I want to just sit here, we'll just sit here. You know, she shouldn't just want to go, 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 go. And then when I do ask for the walk off, all right, she'll walk, and I shouldn't have to take a big hold of her to keep her from taking off. So it doesn't matter to me what level the horse is on or what they're supposed to be doing, whether it's showing, trail riding, just to pleasure horse around the farm. They still have to know the key. They have to have the key structure. You know, they need to walk. They need to stand when you get on. They need to know how to back. That should go with every horse. And this filly will probably end up being a show horse. And the thing is, a lot of the times the show horse gets a bad name, and people blame it on the horse. It shouldn't be blamed on the horse. It should be blamed on the trainer who trained the horse. If the horse is bad, it's not the horse 9 times out of 10. Sometimes it is, but very, very rare. It shouldn't always be blamed on the horse. Regardless of where this filly goes, she should be calm, remain calm, stay easy to ride, and the only thing you should be doing, oh, good girl. The only thing you should be doing is treating her like an athlete. You should be building her up. And that's the problem right now. She just doesn't have quite the muscle to perform like she's wanting to perform. So time. Time is your best friend on any horse, I believe. Now some of you may be thinking, she's not as well gaited as she was. Well, she's not, she's more square. If I was to let her just go on and do whatever she wanted to do and stick her nose out and just ride along, she'd gait, guarantee it, she would gait better than what she is now. But structurally, she will not be as sound in a year or two from now, okay? So we're setting her up to win. I'm not setting her up to fail. I'm not setting her up to impress anyone. I don't care about impressing someone. My thing is to make sure that she has the start that she needs to build off of. So if you were to build off of this, I wish I had this filly for 3 more months so you guys could see her then. But if you could build off of that, what you just saw, she will be an absolute amazing animal. But if you push her through that and you go ahead and square up, actually, you know what? Let me just show you what I'm talking about. So if I was to continue to ride the horse like that, was she better gaited? She wasn't a square. Was she pushing forward more? Absolutely. But if you noticed, she tried to get off a little bit. Why? She doesn't have the muscle to carry what she's trying to do. She doesn't have it yet. You can't go there if she doesn't have it. So what happens is if you keep pressing her, if I keep pressing her, and I'm trying to get this look, and I'm trying to get this usage of her body that she doesn't have the muscle for yet, I end up doing what? She has to compensate. Her body starts to compensate somewhere. So she starts stressing areas that shouldn't be stressed. And then what happens? Then you end up with an injury. And then you end up with an injury, and a lot of times they go unnoticed, I guess you should say, and you just keep pushing through them. And then you end up with a worse injury. And then before you know it, you got a talented horse that's lame. Time is your friend. Do not, well, I'm not trying to tell you about how to train. But me personally, I am not going to let a time frame change how I train. Ain't happening. I've seen it. I've done this for 20 years, and there's no way there's a reason to speed up time. There is no reason. The only thing you're going to do is hurt something. So the second clip you saw, what I just come back from, yeah, that's probably more impressive to some people, but the clip before that is the actual clip to where you would actually want to ride this filly. And I do think she likes me. She'll follow me around. Key's about keeping them where they're not just scared to death of you. I believe in that stuff. I think she's just a normal horse. But obviously, even in that second video, you could tell she's got exceptional talent. And given the time, this filly right here, I'm telling you guys, the sky is the limit for her. She is sired by a horse named, I think his name is Classic Zorro. I have to say, she's got a great mind on her. She's been a dream to work with. I wish I had her for 5 more months. Her mother, I believe, has some walking horse in her and something else, so she's actually a little bit of a half-breed. Spotted horse, I do believe, is what her mother was. So yeah, that's how she's bred, and this is the end of her journey for the 2 months she was here.